Onimesh,
Hmm.
may I ask one question?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, as Rakesh sent me a small assignment to me, just like that, if I create an account, so an associated opportunity will be created automatically.
Hmm.
Okay, so I was trying to do with process builder. So in the process builder, the problems I faced that in the date field, just like that, whenever I chose opportunity opportunity object, so that time the mandatory fields appear in the field section, right?
Hmm.
So in the field section there is a close date, one is name and another one is stage. So I have given in the close date, firstly I choose the date value, so I have given the date value, but it is not taking. After that I have provided the formula field reference, so field reference whatever date I'm giving, so it is not created. I have already shown that to Shutanu.
Hmm.
And the next is that whenever I'm entering a formula, just like today or prior value, I have tried with that, so
Hmm.
it didn't accept. So I don't understand what is the problem.
What is the error?
The error is like that whenever I'm giving the formula, they are asking for build a formula.
Of course.
They never allowed me to save that.
Okay. After this session, you show me, then we can discuss.
Okay, okay, no, okay, okay.
So today's topic is reports and dashboards. So what is, it is always also called analytics, right? So that is analyzing the data, right? This is the main work of reports and dashboard. So what are the different kinds of reports that is possible in Salesforce? Salesforce has 4 kinds of reports: tabular, summary, metrics, join. What is a tabular report? If I is a table form, a report which has a header and then individual rows, that is a simple table form report. That is called a tabular report. On a tabular report, you cannot do any kind of charting. Chart cannot be defined. What is a chart? Chart is a graphical representation of data. We'll see that. What is a summary report? On this report itself, if I add a summary on any of the column, I choose one of the column, I can choose another column for grouping. One column is at least minimum, one column is chosen for grouping and another column is chosen for calculation. What are the different calculation possible? Sum, average. So these are the calculations that I can do. So I can create a sum of a numeric field and I can group based on any other column value. Which is the column value I will group? Maybe which is repeating itself, like A1, A2, A1 again, A2. So I will try to group A1 and I will try to group A2 and I will try to create subtotals and then a grand total in the last. If I am grouping based on one column, and basically it is a vertical grouping and vertical totaling, that becomes a summary report. You can have multiple groupings also. You can group by multiple columns also. Then also it is a summary. That means group by rows. If you are grouping by rows, if you are grouping the rows, then it is a summary report. What if you are grouping by rows as well as grouping by columns? That means you are also adding a group basically here with a subtotaling and grand totaling. So both you are doing. And you are grouping by another column, right? If that is happening, in that case, this becomes a matrix report. Both summary and matrix allow charting. Third is a joint report. Joint report means 2 reports together placed side by side. We'll take this, it's an advanced topic. we'll take only today's discussion will be tabular, summary, and matrix. That is most of the time you will be using. Joint reports very rarely, I have not seen ever getting used in any place. Yeah. So let's see these three types of reports in action. Before that, some other concepts needs to be discussed. The reports are dynamic. That means same report, if is opened by different people based on the login user, if it is so based on who is the login user, based on his permissions and sharing, he will see this report. So if there is an opportunity report, you are opening the report, I am opening the report, your result set and my result set might differ based on what is the permission I have and what is the sharing records that is happening. Maybe I have some more records which has been shared to me, then I will see more records. If you do not have any record sharing happening for you, then you will not be able to see. So security and sharing is applicable on reports immediately. Reports can be scheduled. What this means, at some time in the night or some time of a day, you can run this report, create a report and send it as an email to people, right? But as I said, report is dynamic. If there is a different login, user will see the report differently. Then if I send email, whose report should I send? Right? That is a big question. That is why when you are scheduling a report, you have to tell whose report I am going to send. So that is called a running user. I have to set up a person whose snapshot or whose report screenshot is basically will be captured and sent via email. Sending via email is beneficial because what happens then, people don't have to log into Salesforce. At the start of a day, they will get the reports in their email box and they can do what necessary step needs to be done even before logging into Salesforce. So that is the benefit. So reports are, when a run is dynamic, but scheduled report is basically static, right? Because it is a screenshot of a report of some user at some point of time. Clear? Any questions so far?
It will be mailed in PDF format.
No, it is an email body. It will come in as an email.
Okay, in email body itself.
Yes. So let's see how we are going to see the report. I think that there will be an attachment also. I forgot that. Run a report and you'll see that. Okay. So let's go to so the main thing to understand is that reports can be created by anybody. That means you don't have to go to setup. Report can be even created by normal common business users. It can be created by system administrator. It can be created by business users. That is why reports and dashboards are outside. It is not in setup. Okay. So let's go to report. Before we move into any report, one thing is very important to understand. By default, Salesforce has created many available reports. Most of these reports are created by Salesforce. Standard reports are already there for standard objects. There are many types of reports which is already there. If you go to any report, new report, there are many, you see, many options, report types that Salesforce has already created for standard objects. If you have created a custom object, let's see where if there is a custom object. There is a custom object here, right? Maybe this is also a custom object. Let's see this too. So if you go to this here, if you edit this, you must see that there is a allow reports. By default, it is not ticked. Okay, when you are creating a custom object. So if you are not having allow reports, then you will not be able to create reports on that object. Yeah. So make sure if you're not able to get it here, when you go to new reports and you are not getting a new report, let's create a new object. This you see allow reports is not there. So if I save it and I go to new reports and search with report, this is not reporting object is not there, right? But if I go there in here and enable this, now the reporting object is coming. Okay, so you can create a report. So let's see if I want to create a new report based on accounts. Yeah, based on account, it is fine. Yeah. So if I get to a report, I see all the columns here. By default, there are many columns already. You can remove these columns from here. You can add new columns here. Save and run. You can make it private. This folder is very crucial. The folder which you choose is based on that other people can see this report or use this report. If you are selecting a private folder, then nobody else apart from you can be able to use this report or see this report. Yeah. So what is happening? I probably there is a filter, you see, show my account. So if I say all accounts and I say created by all time, save and run, I see all the reports coming here. I can even change in runtime also. The remove, I don't need this. Okay. So you see there are different types of reports and you see these are like repeating, right? This is a basically tabular report. Okay. And you see you cannot add any chart here. But if I group by this, group rows by this field, I can do this here, or I can go here in edit mode of the report and I can say group rows and I can group rows by type. You see, when I group rows by type, you see there is an annual revenue which I see. Here I can choose if I want to do a sum, average, min, max. So let's do a sum. And I do a save and run. So what happens is now, you see there are groupings that has happened. Based on these groups, I can remove the row counts if I don't need that. If I don't need the details, you can see this now. It does not matter. So basically, there are three types of accounts, and the sum of the total annual revenue has been summed up based on this. This column has been summed up based on this track. So there's a grand total, and if I want to see the details of those rows, I can also see them. Now, this kind of a report, which is grouped by rows, this is called basically a summary report. You can add a chart on this. You can have different charts for it. My favorite is this one, a pie chart. So it will show you that, you see this type, customer channel type and customer direct type. These are the two type. most of the annual revenue are based on that. The other types don't have any annual revenue. So I don't care. You see, 0 direct channel and direct or channel, the revenue is split across these two. If I put some values here in any of this, there will be another bar, coming here. Now these values can change for different people who are logging in. The same report, you can go there. When you go to the report, you see this report. The other people can also see the report. If that folder is shared to them, it's similar to like Google Drive. If you have shared the folder to somebody else, they can share that. Or there is a public folder when you can drop your files. Anybody else can see that. Simple story. So reports, if you go there and somebody else can log in, and they will have a different figure maybe based on what records they have access to. On this, you can go and export this report. There can be different format, usually .xls file, or you can also use a CSV file. You can export this report. You can also do a subscribe. This is what we were talking about. So you can do a daily, that report will reach to your mailbox, weekly or monthly, and you can set up the times and so on. And you can send this to run a report. This is the running user that I was talking about. By default, the creator can make himself as a running user. Usually it is the case. The system administrator will have access to all records. So I, being a system administrator, will create this report and run me. Or I can also choose a different system administrator, right? Different user or other system administrator or my manager or some other people to send the record. So these person's records will be sent to everybody. Any questions? And recipients can be added. Any number of recipients can be added. But running user is the most important. The snapshot will be taken based on the running user. It can be mine or it can be somebody else.
So it cannot be based on the recipients, right? It
No.
is fixed.
No. Recipient will see the report which either I have access to or somebody else has access to. The records, right? So even these people, recipients, has no access, and most of the time this is sent to CEO type of people who don't even have access to Salesforce. They don't care. We will have a chatter free license for them, and then basically they will see that report. That is what it is. So we will save license cost this way, because they don't use Salesforce. They just need a report. They are steering committee people. They don't care about record access.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, I'm just asking, you have create and run, right? Save and run the report. So you have seen. So if I click on subscription, so it is after run, right? After running the reports, then I will click.
It does not matter. In this in run screen only, you will get this subscribe.
Okay.
But this you can run or not run. You can refresh the screen if there is new data is getting added. You are not able to see this. Refresh the screen, immediately that data will show up here.
Okay.
Like new accounts got created right now. Huh? It will come
So
into any of these brackets.
I don't need to click on run. Just if I subscribe it, suppose a daily basis, so it will automatically create and report and send me to the email.
That's correct.
Oh.
Not create report. It will run the report, take a snapshot of that report and send it on mail.
Okay.
It will have an attachment of CSV, if I remember correctly. You can test that. I don't remember. Okay, clear? And I said that you can add the chart on these kinds of reports. Now let us see, and you can add more groupings also. You can add more groupings. It is not that only one grouping is possible. You say, I will also now group this based on rating. So I can have a double grouping. Yeah, I have also save and run. So now I have two levels of grouping, right? Second grouping, when I am coming, you see, if I remove the details, this is what it becomes your matrix report. Now you see, on the left side, you have the, so what happens here? I have grouped based on columns. I could have, if you group based on here, there is a second grouping you are doing like this, then it would have been it will be showing like this. You see, under type, there would be ratings. Under ratings, it will, so this is a row wise grouping only, but 2 columns are grouped row wise. But if I don't want to do this, I want to now group it via columns. So it is easier for me to see or understand. Now you see this becomes a matrix report because it is grouped by rows by 1 column and grouped by another row values, another column values in columns. So this becomes a matrix report. And if you did a detailed summary, if you click any of the row, it will show you this, which fields are there, this, what this means, everything will come here. Yeah. So this is a matrix report. This also allows charts. It allows subscription. So clear? Matrix and summary. Summary means it will be only grouping by rows. Matrix means grouping by rows as well as grouping by columns. And columns will be created based on values of one of the columns or one of the fields. Like here, rating fields I have grouped here. And type fields I have grouped here. Type values I have grouped here. Yeah, that is the way it is where matrix report works. So this is reports. Let's go back to our whiteboard.
One question, Animesh.
Yeah.
Can I attach that report in any screen? Say, for example, any button or any link will be there to open that that report. Is it possible, or I need to go over there in the report menu only to view that report?
Report embedding. Previously in Classic, we had a URL hacking through which you could have done it. In Lightning, I think you can embed a report inside a record page.
Okay. And another question. You said that the folder where the report is getting saved, that is important. So what, I mean, we are creating a report in development environment, right? In development server. Now, when we will be deploying in staging or in production server, the same folder structure will be there. I mean, will be
usually it should be.
Okay. And the report will be deployed in the same folder only.
Yeah.
Okay.
Folder accesses will be done based on different accesses level, which you
yes.
That can differ in test environment. Probably the accesses might be different. In production environment, maybe the accesses might be different.
Yeah,
but
that is obvious.
But the metadata will be exactly same. It should be same. Otherwise, or it would be a new metadata that it is gradually getting promoted upwards. Right? If it is a new metadata, new thing, then that is still has not reached production because it is in sandbox.
Correct.
But if it is a existing metadata, then it has to be exactly same. If you have not modified it for any deployment or any process change, right?
Okay. Yeah.
The sandbox is like a carbon copy of your production box.
Yeah, it should be. It will not match.
That's correct. Now we will talk about dashboard. What is a dashboard? Have you heard about a dashboard before? Not from IT background. If you have worked in IT, I'm not talking about dashboard. Any real life? Have you ever heard about that? Anybody has a car or a bike, anything?
No.
So if you talk to any driver of a bike or a car and ask him, I left something on my dashboard, he will know immediately. Because dashboard is just, this is the steering of a car, right? Just here, you will see a set of set up things like a mile, like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Then you have how much petrol do you have? It is marking it. What is RPM going on? Everything, all the analytics things are all possible here. Why it is needed? This is called a dashboard in a car. The same thing is there in bike also. Just there is small only. This is just beside the steering. This is called a dashboard. Have you heard about this dashboard? So car or bike also has a dashboard. This dashboard is basically indicators or quick graphical views of the status of this whole thing, so that just by clicking you can understand what is happening. If I give you a 20-page report and tell you this is the status of my organization, can you make sense out of it? You have to read that report thoroughly. That is not possible for you to understand, right? Through this whole lot of data, you have to analyze the data, group it, put some charts, then only you can look at it instantly and you can understand what is going wrong and what is going
Kind
on.
of compost data. Compost, right? Compost data.
No, it's like a pictorial representation of your data, which is
Okay.
easier to understand
Okay.
and easier to read and easier to take decisions on, right? Steering committee people don't have time. Like a CEO of a company does not have a time to read all data in every country and make decisions. He has to see what is the score of your of American, what is the opportunity score? Is it is like 20% conversion going on, 30% conversion going on? What is the state? What is falling apart? Where is the problem? Which area does there is a problem? So that he can immediately move on resources so that it can be taken care of. So dashboard is a collection of charts in Salesforce, which can give a picture to a higher up guy on data, that what is going on in this org. So in Salesforce, dashboard is basically a screen which has multiple components, just like in car dashboard. Here, these components are charts. Chart 1, chart 2, chart 3, chart 4. In the last report, we saw that we can create a chart, right, on a report. That same chart or some other chart can be added here. Every chart will have a report in the background. Now, chart 1 and chart 2 can be two different representation of the same report. Report 1, report 1. This can be report 2. This can be report 3. It does not matter. Okay. Now, by default, dashboard is static. So when you are creating a dashboard, you are also pulling which person's data are we showing and storing in the dashboard. Dashboard is created for all users at one shot by default. Yeah. But that is a snapshot of data. But if you want to create a snapshot of data, you want to also, just like in report, right? By default, report is dynamic. But when you're sending the email to people, then you need a snapshot of some person's data. Similarly, dashboard, when you're logging in itself, you have to see the snapshot of some person. So you have to tell which person's data I want to show on the dashboard. So dashboard by default is static, but you can also create a dynamic dashboard. We'll see this. So let's go and understand a dashboard.
Hello, is it audible?
Sorry about it. Okay, so let's see what is a dashboard. So here I go to dashboard. I create a new dashboard. And this time I create a dashboard from the reports I already created. So my dashboard. Here also it's the same structure. I can select the folder where I can store the value. So maybe I create a new folder. I can add component here. You see my account. I can use the chart of this report, or I can create my own chart. New component, same report I can use, or I can go and create another report also. Save. Now, if I save, you see viewing as Animesh Banerjee. So what happens if I edit this? I can set view dashboard as me. That means anybody who is going to see this dashboard will always see based on my user, viewing as Animesh Banerjee. I can set it to another person. Okay, then it will become viewing as that person. But everybody will see this dashboard running when they log into Salesforce and they will go to this dashboard. They will see viewing as Animesh Banerjee or viewing that as somebody else. So that person's data they will be seeing. These dashboard component can be even added on my homepage, so that everybody can see at a glimpse what is the record, the organization's details when they log in every day. But maybe you don't have access to the all data, right? But dashboard is even applicable for you because dashboard has been created by my data. I am a system administrator. So dashboard gives a view for everybody for any data which he or she does not have even access to. Right? But when I click this view report, then I will only see my data, the login users data. Clear? If I subscribe, static dashboard can be subscribed. Here you don't see the running user is needed because dashboard itself is a running user. You have already set up a running user. You just add recipient and that's it. Because this itself is a snapshot, right? Now I can make a dashboard dynamic also. If I go there and go to dashboard viewer, in that case, this becomes a dynamic user. Yeah. Dynamic user means what? If I go and set it as a dynamic user, then that is viewing as Animesh Banerjee. Everybody who is logging in, this dashboard will basically pull up data based on that login user. It will behave like a report. The data will be specific to the login user. But if you create a dynamic dashboard like this, you cannot subscribe again. Yeah, this cannot subscribe because it cannot be scheduled, right? It cannot be scheduled because it is a dynamic dashboard. The subscribe button is gone, right? You can also allow people to change this view users, and they can change to see the dashboard as some other user also. If that is what you want to do, you can go and let viewers choose whom they view as dashboard. If you save this, then I can go and change this user also. People can go, login user can go and change this and view the dashboard as some other user also. So this become a dynamic dashboard. Dynamic dashboard cannot be subscribed. Static dashboards, which is the normal dashboard, can be subscribed. Dashboard can provide you data on which you do not have access because dashboard is created and running based on some the persons who can have huge access to that organization, who has more data access than you, than the login users. Yeah. So usually dashboard is created by system administrator who has access to every data. He creates a dashboard and we paste it in the homepage so that everybody can see the entire organization's data snapshot as a view. But that is it. They cannot access actual data.
Dynamic dashboard created only on custom object, right?
No. Dynamic dashboard means the data is contextualized to you. It is your data only, the login users data.
And what about the standard dashboard?
Standard dashboard means the creator's data, the dashboard creator's data is available for everybody.
Okay.
There is no question of custom. Where these are all accounts. Where is the custom object? So this is analytics on Salesforce data. That means I am analyzing the data of Salesforce. In reports, you will only be able to pull data which you have access to. On dashboard, you can see data which you do not have access to, if that is a static dashboard, but you will not see others' data if that is a dynamic dashboard. Is it clear? Any questions? No further questions, then we will close the call today. And you can practice it. And I think the next class, and I will take another class. Next two class should be, we will be able to complete the whole syllabus. Then we can prepare, follow-up classes will be created when you are ready with all the trailheads. And then basically we will go through the, what is that, the certification.